Uh, yeah. Uh.
What up, Talkin Fight fans? Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Friday Night Panel with yours truly, Mike or Jay. Thanks for joining us. And
Going on,
the return
guys?
from Neil the Deal. What's up, Neil? Guys, we got some interesting fights going on this weekend. I'm going to jump into it just after I let you guys all know that this episode is brought to you by the BetStamp app, which is helping thousands of people win at sports betting for free. The same way travelers use Google Flights or Expedia to find the best prices, bettors can now use BetStamp to do the same. When you place a bet, the odds given by a sportsbook will determine how much you can possibly win, even when betting on the same outcome. Different sportsbooks will offer varying payouts, and these differences can be huge. Thankfully, BetStamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sportsbooks. You can click on any matchup and instantly see all the different odds for game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the simplest way to find an edge in sports betting and maximize your chances on winning long term. On average, BetStamp users are winning an extra $1,000+ yearly just by line shopping. Guys, you can find the BetStamp app on your Apple iOS store, Google Play Store, or through your browser at www.betstamp.app. To access all these benefits, sign up using promo code TalkinFight and start your journey to successful sports betting today. If you forget to use that code upon sign up, you can always enter our code in the BetStamp account settings afterwards. So, guys, do me a favor. Go check it out. Again, www.betstamp.app/TalkinFight, or just hit up our QR code. It's easier that way. So, that being said, guys, let's get into it, man. We got some great fights this weekend. Definitely some interesting fights. We missed one this afternoon. If you guys didn't have a chance, there was a fight that went down in Italy. Welcome to the exciting world of boxing, guys. This thrilling rematch between undefeated Italian southpaw Mario Forte and Francisco Grindelli for the vacant European featherweight title. This bout took place this afternoon at Palace Sports in Tivol. This is not just any rematch, though. It was a chance for Forte to avenge his draw against Grindelli. The 12-round fight promised to be action-packed with what you don't want to miss. And the excitement will begin. Well, it did begin at 3 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Forte, 24-year-old contender who has been undefeated in his professional career with 17 wins, 2 draws, and 7 KOs. He made his debut in April of 2016 with a decision victory over Jacopo Lusky. And he's been on 15-fight win streak before his first encounter with Grindelli. On the other hand, Grindelli, 28-year-old fighter with a record of 16-1-2 and 3 KOs. He got his start in the paid ranks with a decision win over Marcio Lucilano in May of 2015. And although experienced an early draw in his 4th fight and suffered his first loss in his 6th fight, he scored 11 straight wins ahead of the first battle with Forte. This encounter ended in a split draw after 12 closely contested rounds, and the two are now, they were ready to settle some unfinished business. I won't tell you guys what the outcome was. I will let you guys go and watch it because it did happen at 3 p.m. today. So, definitely go check that one out. Excellent fight. Next one up, man, is one of the ones I've been looking forward to. Definitely Buatsi Stepan. This is a good one, guys. I'm a big fan of Buatsi. The man's got some big power. He was a contender for the that knockout of the year, actually, with one of his big knockouts, man. It was definitely a huge event. So, Boxers' electrifying events are back with a bang. First event, called Crowning Glory, is set to take place May the 6th at the Resorts World Arena in Birmingham. We're especially excited because newly signed boxer fighter Joshua Buatsi, who's 16-0 with 13 knockouts, will make his much-anticipated promotional debut against Paul Stepan, who is 18-0 and 1 with 12 KOs in the headline bout. As King Charles III is coronated, Buatsi will be looking to end Stepan's undefeated record in style and kickstart his journey towards a world title. But that's not all. The event will also feature Ben Whitaker, who is 2-0 with 1 KO. The prodigies of the 2020 Olympic silver medalist, who will make his long-awaited return to the ring in his hometown of Birmingham. We can't wait to see Whitaker's impressive skills, showboating style, and his inhumane reflexes on display once again. The Birmingham man, Tyler Denny, 16-2-3, will also be defending his English middleweight championship in his home city. Denny won the belt in Coventry last year and will be making his third defense in this May bout with an opponent to be confirmed. And Team GB's Golden Girl, Lauren Price, who's 3-0 with 1 KO, will return fresh from her impressive victory from home in Paris, where she outclassed Naomi Mans. The excitement doesn't stop there, guys, because on June 10th, they head to London for another electrifying event at historic York Hall, and we'll get to witness an incredible Adam Azim back in action, who has been heralded the future world champion. So huge things right there, guys. I'll let you guys talk about it after I get out of here. But there's another one we're going to talk about. You guys are going to talk about, man, and that's the Canelo one. Man, the big expensive tickets that we were talking about during the week. What was it, $10,000 or something like that? Something ridiculous.
Yep.
This is a huge one, man. We have some exciting news. Mexican boxing champion Canelo Alvarez is set to defend his undisputed super middleweight title against John Ryder on Saturday at the Akron Stadium in Guadalajara, Mexico. And this is a highly anticipated event, and it will be broadcast live around the world on DAZN pay-per-view in the U.S. and Canada. The fight is particularly special because it will be the first time in over 11 years that Canelo will fight in his home country. His last fight in Mexico was over 4,000 days ago when he stopped Kermit Cintron in Mexico City in 5 rounds to defend his WBO World Light Middleweight title. Canelo's upcoming fight will be his 63rd fight in his professional boxing career and his 4th weight world champion. Canelo will be defending his undisputed titles for a second time after winning the title by beating Caleb Plant in Las Vegas in November of 2021, if you guys remember that one, with that 11th round stoppage. The fight against Ryder will take place on Cinco de Mayo weekend, making it Canelo's 35th fight in his homeland. The state of Jalisco will mark 200 years of independence, making it a significant event for the country. So it's going to be a big event, guys. John Ryder, the WBO mandatory challenger, is also looking to make a name for himself in this fight. The 34-year-old Londoner has a record of 32-5 with 18 KOs. He won the WBO interim title in his last fight against Zach Parker, retired on a stool after 4 rounds in their clash in London in November. Ryder's career best victory earlier in 2022, former middleweight ruler, Canelo foe Daniel Jacobs. He has also fought Billy Joe Saunders, Rocky Fielding, and Callum Smith for the super middleweight world crown. With Canelo's emotional return to Mexico and Ryder looking to upset the odds, this is going to be an exciting fight for everyone involved. Don't forget to tune in on DAZN and DAZN pay-per-view to watch the live broadcast of this highly anticipated fight that we've all been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? It's a big event, a big fight weekend, guys. I'm going to let you guys chat it up and talk about it. I'm going to get out of here. I got to go do some work so the fans don't have to, man. And I will see you guys tomorrow on the channel, live, ringside with my man Neil the Deal, because we will be commentating ringside, Brantford Civic Center, Wilcox, Lerone White, big fight. All right, guys. Thanks to everybody else out there. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Check you out, Mike.
Yeah, man.
Mike. Enjoy. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys.
Yeah.
How'd you like that one? That's pretty good, eh?
Oh, yeah, definitely great. Tomorrow's going to be some big fights. Loving the fact that Canelo, after 12 years, he's going back home in his prime. He's still in his prime. He's still not ready to retire yet. Most of these fighters, they go back home and try to fight at home right on their last fight retirement. He's not doing that. Basically, he's hinting that he still has a few years left under his belt. He still has many things to conquer, like Bivol. And if that fight doesn't happen, then I believe he has his sights on Benavidez. But hey, let's see what happens. What do you think, Neil?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I think this is going to be a hell of a fight tomorrow. I mean, like Mike was saying, guys, Canelo's doing this for the first time in a long time. He's in front of his hometown fans type thing, Mexico. He really doesn't have a lot to prove because he's pretty much proved it all. I mean, he did have that little bleep against Bivol, but again, like you said, he's probably going to want to avenge that at some point. And if Bivol doesn't give it to him, then Benavidez is probably the next guy up. So any way you slice it, anytime, guys, Canelo Alvarez fights Mr. Cinnamon, it is a hell of a show. I like him, like I really do. I've seen him in, like I said, on my show earlier on this week, Monday, right? Boxing 101 with me, Neil the Deal, right? 8:30 Mondays, guys. Tune in, Talking Fight fans around the world. Yeah. So we talked a little bit about the fight, and I just think that, Ryder, it's boxing. He's got a chance, to be honest with you. Like, he's got a chance. Anything can happen. But Canelo is obviously the more skilled of the two. Uh, and I just think with everything that's been going down all week, with the hype around it, and all the stuff that's been said and talked about, I'm not taking anything away from John Ryder, but it looks like Canelo wants to make sort of a mark in the country, and kind of like literally stamp his way to the Hall of Fame, literally, like, real soon. So who knows how long he's going to last? What do you think? How long do you think he's going to go for?
Well, I believe he still probably has about 2-3 years left. It depends. I would say it depends on how he looks tomorrow, and if his fight with Bivol happens. It will all depend on that. He is going back home. 2 years of independence, and one thing that I'm not sure if anybody has noticed, for the last several fights, he has had a beard. Right now, he's taking it back old school when he
Oh,
had that baby face, and that loss to Bivol really sparked something in him. I do
yeah.
understand he won decisively against Triple G, but at the same time he was supposedly injured in that fight. What's going on?
What's
Hey,
going on?
how you doing?
All right, pretty good, pretty
Oh,
good. So yeah, he was supposedly injured in that fight, and coming back from surgery. I his Styles makes fights. Canelo Alvarez, his defense is impeccable, especially after fighting Mayweather. His
yeah.
defense got a lot better after fighting Mayweather. He had to switch some things up because
He,
fighting May.
he,
Go ahead.
he definitely knows how to move in the fire zone. I'm
Yeah.
Coach Roger, been boxing for 30 years. I'm the Roan's coach for tomorrow, the main event. The IBC championship, welterweight championship of the world. Belt was held by Zab Judah, the late Vernon Forrest, both great friends of mine. And should be exciting. And it's a world title. Not a national, not a continental, not an international, a world title. So we go anywhere in the world with this. Let's see if tomorrow's gonna be fireworks, because Wilcox is no joke, you know. So how you guys
Nice.
doing?
Pretty
How
good,
are
pretty
you?
good.
Nice to see you. How are you, buddy?
Oh man, just living the dream and a nightmare. These kids, man. I got, I'm been training these kids, and it's like, I never knew boxing coach. You're a therapist slash guidance counselor slash, you know, but it's cool. It's cool,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Got got
That's
these,
giving back to the community at ground level.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I got kids got bullied, several of them, and now they're the bully protectors, or the protectors from the bullies. You know what I'm saying? At another kids got off drugs. Some kids got out of the gangs, and it feels good training them. I've trained. I have in my stable their own white, obviously the main event, but I have some amateurs, all different styles of boxing. Like you said, styles make fights. You got attack mode like Tyson with the peekaboo, and you got the butterfly style, which is Muhammad Ali. Then you got the shoulder roll, which is the Mayweather, and you got the shell. The shell's like a Ken Norton. It's forward, not the shoulder, but it's forward. It's squared, a lot of hooks, a lot of catching, baiting out the right side of your face for the right hand, so you can slip and come up with the hook. Um, then you got the Olympic style. You got the Soviet style. You got the Cuban style. Um, you got the Ukrainian angle. Yeah, the Ukrainian style, which is like Lomachenko. That guy is really
So,
good.
how many of these styles are you actually teaching these kids that are interested in becoming,
Well,
bigger, stronger, faster, whatever you might call it, right?
yeah, yeah. So pretty much, I realize styles, when you match a style with a particular person, it has to deal with There's counter mode, like counter style. Some people like to counter, right? Or like, it depends on their character, right?
Yeah, man.
Like I have this guy Cannon Connor. They call him the White Tyson. You should come see this kid go, man. I mean, he's 2-0, two stops his first round. He's doing the peekaboo really well. I got Kazam Mohammed. He's Olympic hopeful, 2024, all in 2 years. I'm
That's
blessed.
awesome.
Truly
That's
blessed.
awesome. God bless you, buddy. Thanks for your
Yeah,
time, your
yeah.
dedication. That's all I can tell you. You know what I mean? That's a humanitarian thing to do, and I really appreciate you standing up and
Oh,
doing that for everyone. You know what I mean?
thank you so much, man. I appreciate you
Yeah,
for saying that.
that's really good to help the community out. There's not many people that are doing that as we speak. For instance, over here in Orlando, Florida, there's an initiative being put out by the local government, and I believe the name of it is Guns Down and
Down,
Gloves Up.
gloves up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
So,
cool.
uh,
That is
yeah.
really cool. I like that hashtag.
mhm.
That movement was started with Zab Judah in Philly with those guys. Fletcher. Yeah, guns that are guns for gloves. Yeah, I mean, it's a positive thing, very positive. Like where the real guns is your arms, right? You know,
Yep.
sometimes people get frustrated. I believe they should implement in universities boxing teams and kickboxing teams because from my analysis of training these kids that got bullied and some of them are suicidal, they hit the bag and they're straight. They just some of them are fighting and they're undefeated. So I mean, it's an outlet for pretty much boxing or martial art or combative sports is an outlet for these young generations instead of these kids holding all and harness all that negative energy and torment. And next thing you know, they go up and they go off and do these school shootings. I believe if we implemented schools like combat fight teams in the NCAA or whatever, it'll make a huge difference for the community.
Oh yeah, I truly believe that as well. You got a lot of kids in the street that grew out without fathers, without parents, and they don't have no outlet to take out their aggression. They don't have nobody to show them that discipline, and you know, uh, starting these non-for-profits, and these government programs down here that are actually providing them funds to these non-for-profits to build these gyms in order to bring those children in, those kids in at an early age to be mentors, to be big brothers, and to teach them a skill that they could later on use in life. So, honestly, I commend you for what you're doing. Even though you're saying that you're a psychologist, you're a father, you're a big brother, but you're
Yeah,
actually doing a service to the younger communities that they might not have that at home. So kudos
yeah.
to you.
I appreciate it. I mean, even this one kid, he was pretty much in the gangs and the drugs, and he was going to court. He was fighting for me and did personal training sessions, and he turned into I coached him to be a personal trainer, boxer, and even the honor and the crown said, "Hey, good for you for turning your life around," and that's where I really win because that's where I feel full. You know what I mean? Like giving back to the community and to the younger generation, and it's I'm not a role like I'm not straight and narrow, but it keeps me in line too, right? When you talk to these kids logically, and you're like, wait a second, yeah, it keeps you in check as well, right? When you work with these kids and their energy, you know. So
Well,
Yeah, but most
it's inspiring to all of us, really. You know what I mean? Like, not only the parents must just absolutely love the fact that the kids are doing something positive. It's definitely the best workout, as you guys can attest. Obviously, in the world, boxers are in the best shape of any athlete out there. It's not even disputable, and I'm sure the parents of these unfortunately the children that aren't really given what they deserve in life right off the hop, and then they kind of start running with the wrong people, and then things start rolling bad for them.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that gives them the outlet. It's such a thing that that is kind of, we need more of that. You know what I mean? We really
yeah,
do need more of it. And hey, I'm telling you right now, if I was retired, I'd be doing the same thing. Honestly, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
I'm really into the charity stuff. That's really,
yeah.
I really like that stuff.
And it's cool. Like, you have your own boxing gym. They come in, they hit the bag. They open up to you, and it's boxing. And pretty much it's a humbling sport.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
but boxing is the most humbling sport on the planet. That's why we get paid the most. Most of us, right?
Definitely.
But yeah, yeah. So again, like I have like 45 kids, different styles, and they're developing. They're developing. I just came from downtown Toronto. It was called a brawl on Bay Street, bunch tuxedo affair, and my kid Braden, I gave him a Philly shell. Braden the Wolf Heffernan. He's turning pro very soon. After we're just gonna get him wet with the amateurs, and then he's gonna go pro. And I got some kids that are just going to school, just doing it for self confidence and fit, and it's it's like it's a blessing to see them grow, and you're a part of it too, right?
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's nice to see the flavors of your work coming like to fruition, and they're
yeah,
flourishing, and they're getting better, and they're feeling better about themselves. Their self-esteem goes up, their confidence goes up. They
yeah,
start realizing that there's other ways than just jacking people, say, or stealing somebody's wallet or whatever it may be. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, or steal
yeah,
their shoes. Who freaking knows, man? People steal everything, right? So,
yeah,
and sometimes they got to because they don't have
yeah,
any choice. But I'm just saying,
yeah,
you're giving them an option that really is something that helps them throughout their lives. Like you guys were saying, you know what I mean? Throughout their
mhm,
lives, they will be able to use that knowledge and become better people, really all around. I truly believe that.
yeah. Are you gonna be there tomorrow at the fights?
Well, my position tomorrow at the fights, by the way, is going to be MC host of the whole shooting match. Really, guys
Okay,
out there,
cool.
yeah,
Ah,
it's me, Boxing 101, Neil the Deal. I'll be the one at the mic doing the Joe Rogan kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know
Oh,
what you
nice,
want to
amazing,
call it.
amazing. Yeah, I got
nice.
my guys their own. I call them White Lion because we're working on a switch hitting style. It
Nice.
should be interesting. I got him looking like
Oh,
Aaron the
man.
Hawk Pryor, and he's listening. He got rid of the bad girl. Yeah, because
He's
you
gonna.
need a good girl when you're a fighter. If you have a bad girl,
You don't want your girl beating you up. That's kind of embarrassing.
no. But I mean, like just to be, you need a woman a lady, not a
Yeah, yeah,
biatch,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
For
Well,
sure.
Bad
you know,
girl, right?
having that right girl, that right woman in your life when you're
Oh
boxing,
yeah,
it means a lot. You don't want to have somebody that is into the streets, into the club, into the scene, because
no,
it will really just take you off your mental. It will take you off focus, and next thing you'll be out there, losing fights.
yeah,
Because you're not putting all your 100% effort in training. You gotta train like you're gonna fight. So having that right woman that is not going to deter you away from your accomplishments, it's very great. So guys out there, young boxers,
yeah,
invest in yourself. Then if when you find that right woman, make sure you invest
mm,
in her so she can invest in you, because
yeah,
we're not men without those good women that we got behind us. So
yeah,
You
yeah,
got it,
and
man. Without a
yeah.
without a good woman that gives you the support that you need in anything, it's really hard to
Mm.
do it by yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
and you know what? And just a mental note: make sure, guys out there, you to find a good woman, make sure you meet the parents first. That means a lot. Right?
Let's keep the family values. Let's move the family
Yeah,
values up the ladder now. They're trying to destroy the
meet the
family
family
values, but
first, right?
we got something to say about family values. We can bring it back to Leave It to Beaver. You know what I'm saying? If we really wanted
Yeah,
to.
right, right.
All right, guys. So listen, let's
Okay.
talk a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the fight tomorrow because that's where we're going to be.
Hmm.
Everybody out there in Talkin' Fight Land. Uh, Neil the Deal here, Boxing 101. I will be the host of the show tomorrow night, so I hope you come out. That will
Yeah,
be Saturday, May 6th at 7 p.m. If 7 p.m. We'll be going free at talkinfight.com live. All right, stream for everybody to watch. Larone's going to be there. He's obviously prepared for this, and I'm really looking forward to Larone, man, because
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I got a feeling right now, like when your hair starts standing on end a bit or on the back of your neck. I'm
Oh,
thinking,
I
oh,
mean, we'll talk.
Larone
The
might
truth.
be able to pull some magic out of his hat there, eh?
It's a Rocky story. It'll be a Rocky story,
Hey,
right? I mean, he
where
needs.
everybody matures at different times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. So pretty much, he's pretty much turned him into a journeyman. I found him. Well, he came to me, and then I did everything that was pretty much he was misfiring. Like when you throw a basic jab, you step and land the jab lands at the same time. Well,
Right,
you throwing a jab, you're stepping and throwing after. So he's telegraphing. And that's
right,
called an inside delayed jab. That's not a basic jab, right?
right.
When he threw his right hand, he would step and throw again. And I'm like, dude, throw it. As soon as your toe touches the floor, your hand should be out and right back to your cheekbone
Yeah, like
you
bring it
know
in, bring it in.
yeah, so he was misfiring a lot, and I'm like, damn, like he just had a bunch of cheerleaders, right?
Right on.
So
Yeah, yeah.
and that's why you need like I'm a boxing professor. I Golden coach Golden Roger.
Wow,
Been watching boxing, doing boxing, sparred many world champions, Lennox Lewis, Vander,
wow. That,
yeah,
that wow.
um,
Holy,
B
holy, holy,
Hop,
holy.
yeah, all those guys, Monty Barrett, Jonathan Banks. James Tony. Well, that's another story, right? So,
And Tony, man, that guy was
oh,
serious.
he's a
Hey,
piece of
Tony's serious action, man. You know what I mean?
he's a piece of work though. His mouth,
Woo.
man.
That
Yeah.
guy,
Oh man.
he does his own thing, if you know
Oh
what I mean.
man,
Yeah.
man.
He ain't listening to nobody.
You know
That
what I'm
guy.
talking about, right? His
Yeah.
mouth.
Oh my
Oh, bro.
God. Wow. Was
Yeah,
he?
man.
Yeah.
He
That
was.
kid.
He was interesting and fun to watch. I'll tell you, because you just never knew what you were going to get out of him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he'll talk about your mama, about your
Oh
sister,
yeah.
about anybody. He'll try to get into your mind and get you off the
Mhm.
game. Like
Oh
Oh
man.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
I want to take off the gloves and strangle him. Never mind that.
Yeah. Exactly. You're thinking, wow, man, this guy's really starting to get under my skin. I can't believe it.
Yeah, yeah. He gets it. Yeah, he definitely does. Yeah.
Well, I guess again worked for him. What was he? 4-time, 5-time world champion, something like that. I don't. I mean,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
up there, man.
Yeah, so pretty much I have Lerone switch hitting on angles and pumping. Um, oh, dude, the style. If he listens this time and he does the style, and the game plan is obviously to can't devour it, but it's going to be a good one. We're going to pump the jab, warm him up. But when he feels loose, then you're going to see something. You're going to see some.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I cannot
yeah,
wait. I'm really looking forward to this, guys. So, like
yeah.
I said, let's go over a little bit of the details of tomorrow for the Talkin' Fight fans and the rest of the world that's going to be tuning in to this extravaganza at the Brantford Civic
Yeah,
Center there in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. Uh, Me personally, I live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and we don't normally get a lot of these events anymore. We used to get a bunch over there at the Rico's. No, the it's called the Paramount Center now. I forget it was like Don Cherry's center, but back in the
yeah,
day, they had all
yeah,
the fights out there with the boys. Right? There was a whole bunch of them, Sid Vanderpool and his brothers, and all those guys,
yeah,
and we used to go to those fights, but the promoters are long gone. I don't know what happened, but we lost a lot of promoters and stuff
yeah.
happened.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we need promoters that love the sport, not about the money, and that's the
Right.
problem.
That's
It's
right.
about, I mean, there's certain promoters that make 10,000. It's a great show. Everyone knows about it, and they make like 50,000, and they're happy. Everyone knows about it.
I
They're
can't even buy lunch for that.
you know. But you have some promoters, man, that have these guys selling their tickets and word of mouth, and they don't want to put it on air. They don't want to, so again, we
Yeah.
need that mainstream
Yeah.
promoter here
Yeah.
in Canada, and especially Toronto. Montreal is a different story. They got that mainstream. They have RDS, Gym Promotions, Yvonne Michelle, great promoter out there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely. So we
so
need some of these promoters. If you're out there, promoters watching this stuff, or guys interested in
yeah,
promoting shows, I've promoted a lot of shows in my time, not many boxing ones, actually zero, but a lot of music shows and a lot of things, and they're similar, you know what I mean, type of thing. It's all entertainment industry. This is
You're
an
right.
entertainment industry. We're performing we're performing boxing, but it's a form of entertainment. No matter wrestling is a form of entertainment. Music, everything's entertainment, right? So it,
Right.
it, we want to entertain. That's what the guys do, and
Yep.
I definitely know that. Saturday night, 7 p.m., there's going to be some entertainment going on because there's going to be 6 fights that night, guys. So
Oh,
everybody out
dude.
there, we're going to
Right.
go over the itinerary for the night a little bit, just so
You want
everybody
to
knows
see?
what's happening.
We
So,
got a fighter here. We got a fighter here.
oh,
He's fighting tomorrow.
oh, here we go.
Yep.
How you doing, my friend? Neil the Deal, Boxing 101, Talking Fight. Who do we got here? Oh, we lost him. He'll come back. He'll come back. Anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit
Talk a
about
bit
that.
about the
Oh,
fight
there
tomorrow.
they are.
Is it
There
up?
they are.
Yeah, I'm Killer Miller
Hey, how
here
you doing, man?
Yeah.
Killer Miller.
from out of Brampton.
Yeah, man.
You hear?
No,
You're going to
Yeah.
be
Do we hear
fighting
you?
tomorrow. You're going to be fighting tomorrow in Brantford, yes?
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, my friend.
I guess
Can you guys introduce yourselves again to the Talk and Fight fans, please? Everybody,
it's muted.
Neil the Deal right here, guys.
Can't hear you.
I'm Jay Velez with
Jay
Blood, Sweat, and
Velez,
Boxing.
Jay Velez from Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, where are you guys from? Jay, you're
Okay.
from Jacksonville, correct?
Guys,
No, I'm in Atlanta.
I can't hear
Oh,
you.
in Atlanta. Okay, okay. Sorry, man.
Anyway, you
All
can
right,
hear
so
me?
yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, you're good to
You guys
go.
can hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
I can't
Yes.
yes.
hear you. Yeah.
All
Just
right,
go on. He's
who are we
fighting
talking
tomorrow.
to at the Talk and Fight fans here?
yeah, I'm
Give us
Killer
your
Miller. I'm
name.
fighting tomorrow
What's your name?
over here in Brantford at the Civic Center,
Yes,
and I'm
sir.
going for this win. If I get the knockout, I take it from early.
Okay.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
That is awesome.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
So,
We're gonna. We got to go. I can't. You know.
All right. I'll see you.
Tomorrow.
all right, you guys taking off. You guys getting ready to go. There they go. All right, they're getting ready for the big fight tomorrow, Jay. So let's wrap it up with the guys. We'll just talk a little bit about what's going to happen and what I'm going to expect to be letting everybody know out there in Talking Fight Land around the world. Again, it's at the Brantford District and Civic Center, I believe, in Brantford, Ontario. It is a Wisdom production brought to you by Wisdom Productions and in partnership with Bell City Boxing Club out there in Brantford. So we gotta give kudos to them. Thanks a lot for putting it all together, guys. We're really looking forward to it. Now, we got a bunch of fights. Going to be 6 fights, Jay, on the card. You know what I mean? Different weight categories. We'll let you guys go to talkandfight.com, check out all the logistics of the fight, analytics, and all that kind of stuff. I'll let you guys figure that out yourselves. Like I say, it's all there for you. We'll just talk a little bit about some of the fights that I'm kind of looking forward to. And yes, obviously, Lerone is one. He's going to be on the main event tomorrow night, and that's going to be like the big boy said there. His trainer, he's going. That's for the IBC welterweight title, which is a world title. So it is a world title sanctioned fight, which is pretty impressive for Canada. So we gotta thank you guys for coming out. So we got in the fight, we got Hamilton's homegrown, a boy out of Hamilton here. It's just around the corner type of thing, homegrown guy. His name is Bradley Wilcox, and he is 10-0. So he is undefeated to this point, and he will be fighting Lerone White tomorrow. Mr. Lerone White, as trainer, just was talking to us guys here at talkandfight.com. And so he's telling us that Lerone, AJ, he's telling us Lerone's ready for this one. AJ, you know what I mean? Like he's telling us he's got something up the sleeves, right?
Yeah, well, he just said that he's going to try to go for the knockout. So, hey, you get some of that footage because tomorrow I will be switching between the Canelo fight and the event that you're going to in Canada. And so I'll be switching. Most likely will have that event on talkingfight.com while I'm watching the prelims on my
Yeah, yeah.
TV for the Canelo fight. And then I will most definitely go ahead and watch the guys. Frankly, I'm not too familiar with it. I'll have to do some research with the guys that are fighting in tomorrow's card over there in Canada. But guess what? I'm sure, because Talking Fight's going to be there, I'm sure it's going to be an amazing event. And that main card, he said, watch out. He has something special for the fans, for the crowd that's going to be there. He's going to try to knock him out as soon as he can. So I just, would like to see some skills before he goes all out on the gentleman. Hopefully he doesn't go there, and start just throwing punches and gasses himself out. So, it's called smart aggression. So hopefully he goes in there with some smart aggression, and he's able to pick his shots, throw his combos, and, not, gas himself out. Because, typically when you go in the ring with that type of mentality, you end up gassing yourself out by the fourth round. I don't know how many rounds this fight is going to be. So I don't know if you have part of that logistic right there. But yeah,
I believe it is a Jay. It's a 10-rounder. It's a 10
so
rounder.
yeah, so just like my nephew, he fought in Guadalajara. Was it on Wednesday? So he fought in Guadalajara Wednesday. He fought a 10 rounder, and from the beginning of the fight, he was taking his time. He was studying his opponent. He was popping that jab. Coming with that straight cross over the top, and he was calmly inching himself in, calmly, 4 or 5 inches,
Yeah,
4 or 5 inches. And by the time third round, he caught him with a power jab, a left uppercut that hit him flush on the eyebrow, and then he came over top with a right hook that only just made the referee stop the fight.
The
So
finishing punch right there.
exactly. So what I'm trying to say is that take your time with it. If you're watching me right now, if you're watching us over here at Talking Fight, take your time with it. You got 10 rounds to work with. Don't gas yourself out in the first half of the fight. Just wait to the second half of the fight, and if you want to go all out, then then you can. But after you break your opponent down.
Right on, Jay. Exactly. Great analogy, Jay. Thanks for that, man. That's exactly how I think. Most of the time, sometimes guys just get a little too aggressive right off the hop. They gas themselves, like you say. They sort of throw a few too many wild punches, which eliminates their power right away. Every time you miss a punch, as you can attest, you use more power missing than you do actually connecting. So,
Exactly.
as far as I know, you just get tired really quickly if you're not hitting something right. You know what I mean?
Yep. You're not just throwing that punch. Your momentum is going with it. When you're pulling that arm back, you're straining yourself even further. Especially if you don't got that good stance, which comes with a good balance. So if you're not properly balancing, you're missing shots, then you're actually putting, all your weight forward, and you have to bring that weight back every single shot if you're going all out and you're
Right.
missing. So, just take your time, guys. You got 10 rounds to work with. Go to the body, hit, like I said, hit them in the midsection, break them down a little bit.
Up
And
and down.
oh
Up
yeah.
and down. Right?
Yeah.
Just a
You
little
go
bit
on
at a
top.
time, a little bit at a time, right? Rome wasn't built in a day, as they always say. So you gotta, right? Yeah, it's a really good technique, as you know, and it's worked for many world champions over the years, and yet you get some guys like Mr. Tyson can just go out there and just basically eat you alive in like 30 seconds, and you don't really,
well,
you know.
well, with him, you didn't really know where the punches were coming from,
That's the thing. You don't
but
even. Whoa.
yeah, but don't be like don't be like Ryan Garcia that you threw the same punch combination 3 times in a row, and you cannot do that, especially with a high IQ boxer. So switch it up a little bit. If you like throwing that left hook, go to the body, left hook, top, left hook. Just switch it up.
Yeah.
Just don't be throwing that same combination all the
Yeah, because
time.
he's going to be waiting for it, man. He's going to wait for it. He's going to say, "Here it comes for the fourth time," and then this time you're getting it.
Yeah, especially when you're fighting these high IQ boxers. So, It is what it
Yeah,
is. You
yeah, man.
want to take your time with these fights. It's not a 4 round fight that you actually have to win in 4 rounds.
Right.
A 4 round fight, you could go all out. You want to whoop somebody's behind in a 4 round fight to just just fight it out. Of course you want smart aggression, but you just fight it out. But you got 10 rounds to work with. Take your time and break the opponent down, and hopefully you get that W.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. That's how they roll. That that's how you got to roll with the punches. You got to figure it out. That's it. It's a work in progress, as we all know, because you can have the best game plan in the world, but that could go right down the tubes real quick.
With one punch.
Yeah, that's it. That's what the sport's all about. It's like I got this guy. I got him. I got him. Boom. Uh-oh. Where
Yeah,
did that come from?
you're
Right? It's
winning
one
all
of those
12.
guys.
You're winning all 11 rounds, and all of a sudden in
Yeah.
the
And then
12th
all of a
round,
sudden,
your mind
ah,
goes to the blonde on the left because she looks good,
yeah.
and all of a sudden you're getting knocked out.
Yeah,
It's
you get T-boned, you blindsided T-boned, and you don't even know what happened. You're like, what the heck just happened? I just won 11 rounds and I'm on the canvas in the 12th. What the heck just happened? So, anyways, so we're going to talk a little bit more, guys, about with Jay here on talkinfight.com. Again, I want to thank you very much for coming out, checking it out. We're talking about the big fight in Brantford tomorrow night, Civic Center, 7 p.m., free live on talkinfight.com. So please come out, check it out, bring the kids, get the peanuts, get the popcorn, as I always say, get around the TV, show them, like Jay, like we talked about earlier on, you don't really have to be an aggressive person in life, but you really have to be able to defend yourself if need be. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean go out and hurt somebody, or it doesn't mean, that sort of thing, kind of street thuggish type of thing. But there's the world's a little different now, Jay. You know what I mean? You never really know what's going to happen day to day, and if you can at least deter somebody from injuring yourself and the kids at school and stuff like that, at least they can defend themselves against bullies. Or I'm not saying violently or anyway. I'm just saying, protect themselves, right? Because protection is really important these days, I believe, and it definitely comes from the parents, like we talked about earlier on, Jay. You got to have at least a moderately stable family value with your parents and stuff like that, and that will always rub off on you, and hopefully, you'll just understand you have to protect yourself, and that's a big part of boxing. Like recently, Jay, I don't know, out down in Atlanta in the States, I would assume they're very big, but up here in Canada, these new boxing gyms are out, but they're more like a yoga training. They're not really actually. There's no rings. There's bags and stuff, and there's rope, and there's this and that. But it becomes more of a training thing. And honestly, even today, I had a lady come up to me and said that her friend actually is going to these new. There's a new one downtown in Yorkville here in Toronto, Canada, and apparently it's from the States. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's really popular. Like it's becoming one of the most popular ways to stay in shape is to get involved in these. I guess it's like boxing fitness. I guess is that what it is, Jay, down there or something?
Yeah, it's boxing fitness. Well, it's becoming more popular as the days go on, especially with people that want to lose weight very rapidly. It, you
That's
know,
me.
yeah. So just think of it like this. When you're jogging, a lot of people don't like to jog, right? There are a lot of people that are heavier set. They got bad knees, bad ankles. Their joints hurt or whatever. Well, you could get the same heart rate by hitting a bag. And you could just stand in front of the bag, get that same heart rate. You're going to break even more of a sweat, and you're going to end up losing weight a lot faster, cutting up a lot faster. So, and it's a way to lose weight, cut up without bulking.
Right.
That's why
Exactly.
you see a lot of females actually joining the gym because they don't want to
Yes.
be bodybuilders. They just want to be
Yes.
fit.
So all you
So
all you women out there, listen to Jay, because actually and that was just today. I mean, I've had at least 20, 30 women tell me that they're loving this boxing stuff, and their friends are like, really? I was thinking about, and now they're joining up, right? Because now they're all the girls are going. So, girls, enjoy yourselves, and maybe the kids will start getting involved too, and maybe one of them will become a world champion, one day, just from mom going to boxing yoga class. I guess you, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to call
no,
it.
Yeah, I mean, and you never know. You never know what you could get. There's been instances where you got young fighters that don't have amateur experience. They're going into the gym 18, 19 years old just to train, just to get healthy. And these kids, without knowing it, they actually got some skills. They actually got some skills.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
they were street fighters. Maybe they had to defend their nine sisters, and they actually got some skills. So they'll go in there, they'll train, they'll feel good about it. Next thing you know, the coaches are watching them. They're like, man, this kid could actually become somebody. Maybe not a world champion, but a really good contender and make a lot of money and make the gym a lot of money.
that's it,
So they'll
man.
they'll they'll take interest in that fighter. They'll train them. They'll probably give them 5 amateur fights,
Oh
and
yeah,
then throw them straight into the into the Shark Tank.
pretty much. At some point, you're definitely getting thrown to the wolves, right? It's like,
So
oh, I
yeah,
wasn't expecting this part. That guy's real big, you know.
but at that point, you're making money. You're becoming a sports celebrity. You're fighting number one or number two guys. You're a good contender. You're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Maybe, hopefully, like John Ryder tomorrow. He worked his way up the ranks. Now he's fighting for millions of dollars. He's fighting against Canelo Alvarez, which anybody that fights Canelo, you know what he says? Payday, payday. That's
Well, that's
Canelo's
it.
slogan.
Well, that's it. I mean, John Ryder definitely has been fighting his whole life for this fight. We know that. So, you know, best of luck to John for sure. I'm sure he's been he's at the best he can be probably right now. He's
Yes.
going to give a fantastic display. We're just going to have to see how he's going to defend Canelo, like how he's going to deal with what's been brought in front of him all of a sudden. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's really met talent like Canelo. He hasn't had opponents of the stature and the expertise, supreme expertise that Canelo has and has shown in past fights. AJ.
Yeah, yeah. Well, right now, I mean, like I said, he worked his way up the rankings. He became the number one contender. So obviously he has some skills, right? He has some skills, but at the same time, we don't. He doesn't. And I'm not talking bad about the guy, and I'm not knocking his skills because honestly, I wouldn't even get in the ring with him. But
I
he's
wouldn't
he,
either.
yeah, but he's not a long range fighter. He's not a mid range fighter. He's inside in the phone booth fighter, and Canelo really does well against those style of fighters.
He's a very good
So,
counterpuncher. AJ Canelo will take shots, but then he's coming back with some bombers.
oh yeah, most definitely. And sometimes it looks like he's taking a shot, but he's turning his face.
Yeah,
And
he's
and
riding
and
the punch out. He's riding the punch
yeah,
out. He knows it's coming. He just move it right.
exactly. So it's gonna be Ryder's. I can see it. I've watched about 5 of his fights, his previous fights. He's like I said, he's an inside fighter. He's gonna be the aggressor. Canelo is just gonna, move his hip, move his head, and be the counter puncher. Because I can see it clear as day. Canelo's gonna be the power puncher. Ryder's gonna come in, he's gonna get caught, and then Canelo is gonna be like a rabid dog and chew on that bone.
That's it.
He's gonna go, he's gonna jump on him, and he's gonna get him out of there. My prediction for the fight, I give it round 8 TKO Canelo Alvarez.
You got round 8. That was a pretty what I was thinking, kind of around there, 7-8, right? TKO. He's just gonna wear him down inside. He's gonna use his weight, push on him. He's gonna use his supreme balance. You know what I mean? He has very good
Yeah.
footwork, and he can muscle you around a little bit with his shoulders and just the way that fight's gonna transpire. That's what I think as well. I don't think it's not going to be a bomber right off the hop. They're going to actually
No.
they're going to go at it for a bit before they figure out how it's going to end up, right? So that's a good. I would say yeah, 7-8 rounds, 9 rounds max. I would think TKO somewhere in there. Canelo Alvarez, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So of course, I completely agree. And having a 3-time champion coach of the year in Eddie Reynoso, his long
Wow,
time
he
coach
is
since he was
something.
a child.
Whew.
His his father started training Canelo at Chepo Reynoso. He started training Canelo as a young
Exactly.
fighter. You know, Eddie took over, and honestly, they've been winning. I mean, of course, he has two losses, one by Mayweather, and the other one came with Bivol. But the one with Bivol, Canelo wasn't scared to be great.
Right.
He wanted to be great, so he wasn't afraid. He didn't have to take that fight, but he wanted to be great. So,
And he's
hey,
moving up in weight class technically, as we all know. I mean,
uh,
that's not his natural weight. I don't think, is it? Jay Bivol's a little bigger naturally than Canelo.
yes, Bivol fights in the light heavyweight,
That's correct.
175 pounds, but I'm sure he most likely walks around 200 pounds.
Right.
And he's about 6 foot 6'1", when
He's a
Canelo's
big
only
guy.
5'8". Yeah, Canelo's only 5'8" in stature.
Right.
And coming moving up in weight classes, I am not 100% sure, but I just going in my memory bank. I believe he is a 5 division, champion. So he's moved up 5 divisions to
Yeah.
be a super
Yep.
middleweight
You got it.
undisputed champion of the world.
Well, who
So
does that, right? Other than
yeah,
what? Manny Pacquiao, maybe?
yeah, Manny Pacquiao started 108 pounds in the
Like
minimum weight, I think it
flyweight or
was,
something. He's flyweight.
and yeah, he moved up, through the ranks, 108, 118, 122, 126,
6,
130,
130, 132.
135,
Yeah, that's right.
140, 147.
Like, what the
So
hell?
who does that?
I don't
And
know.
the
That, that,
only
those two guys, exactly.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Wow.
So it's going to be a showdown, and nonetheless, there's going to be a young prospect. His name is Nathan El Morenito Rodriguez. I'm just talking about him because
Right on,
his
J.
father his father put on a show in San Diego, California, that I went over there to watch. Um, and you know, I met the young kid. He is a rising star also in the boxing community. He moved up from super bantam, which is 122 pounds. He's moving up to 126. He right now I believe he's currently 10-0, and
Wow.
he's gonna be in the undercard, and the Canelo undercard. I don't know much about the rest of the fighters. It's a joint venture between Matchroom and Canelo Promotion, so both of them are bringing in some fighters of their stable, so they're bringing in some of those fighters to kind of just even it out.
Right.
So I don't know much about the other fighters, since they're still up and coming prospects and possible contenders. Not to sound like I only worry about the champions and all that. I also follow a lot of the rising prospects that catch my eye. So, but yes,
Well,
so the
those are the fighters of the future. Those are the guys that are going to keep the
mm,
boxing community strong. You know what I mean? Like once
exactly,
the older guys retire, somebody's got to take over. It's like the kids. The kids overall, kids just got to be strong because they're our future, and that's what we got to deal with, right? You know what I mean? So I really like that, Jay. I learned a lot from you today, man. I want to say thank you very much. That's some really really good stuff, guys. And like I said, we're just gonna. Why don't we just wrap it up here, Jay? We got a big day tomorrow, as you know, the Canelo fight, and obviously the big fight for us. Myself, Neil the Deal, will be at the Brantford District Civic Center, 7 p.m. Talkinfight.com. It's free, guys. Come on out. Always give us the likes, the shares, and the notification bell. You can punch that sucker when you want. One more fight we're going to talk about quickly that's going down tomorrow that caught my eye is a girl named Jennifer Williams. She's ranked 20th in Canada, and she's from Brantford. So she's a homegrown Brantford girl. And she actually is Brantford's first and only female professional boxer. Can you imagine? You know what I mean? And I'm really looking forward to Jennifer fighting tomorrow. I understand she's 1-0. I mean, she's starting out, and I'm just look. This is the kind of stuff that I really like because you can see them grow. They're kind of like flowers, people. You know what I mean? They start out and then they just keep growing and things happen and they get better and it's exciting. You know what I mean? Instead of just watching the guys that we know are going to put on the real show. It's like watching other sports too. The amateurs sometimes they're not doing it for the money; they're doing it for the love of the sport, which I enjoy more than anything. And boxing, of course, is something that I believe is probably becoming one of the biggest sports worldwide. It is actually making a huge comeback, guys, and I'm really excited about the next 5-10 years in the boxing overall around the world. It's really getting the recognition it deserves because the guys like yourself, Jay, put in so much time, effort, the heart. Obviously you fight with your heart, and I gotta give it up to all the fighters. I'm telling you, that's an impressive thing to be able to keep that attrition for years and years and years and years, and dieting and training, and this isn't it's a hard life. There's no doubt about it. So you get, Jennifer's fighting tomorrow. Apparently, she's fighting a girl named Carla Sona, and
It's a
Carla.
rematch.
It is a rematch fight. Yes, it is. And you know how those go, Jay. Right? You always remember that what happened in the last one, no matter what, man. Even if you won or lost, you're gonna say, well, it's a new fight, but you still got that little bit of you that remembers. I better look out for that one little trick she pulled on me last time, or
Yeah, definitely. You got to remember your mistakes, and you got to fix them in training, and then you got to come back stronger. We actually had her last Friday on the show, and she got right back into boxing. Her coach, just told her, "Hey, you got what it takes," and she got right back into boxing. We gave her a few pointers, and today or tomorrow, she, like you said, she will be fighting. They couldn't get her another opponent, so she's, hey, stay busy, stay busy.
that's
That's
it.
what's important. Yep.
Absolutely, you got to stay busy. You do all that training, you're like chomping at the bit just to get in there. You know what I mean? You can't sit around forever, right? You really got to get
Exactly.
your feet wet. So we're going to be looking forward to all the fights tomorrow, guys, live, and I hope he's got the Canelo on one side, and he's going to have the Brantford Civic on the other side. So we want to thank again you guys. We want to thank this is a commissioned Ontario Athletics commissioned fight. There is a world championship belt on the line. The promoter is Eddie Wisdom. We want to thank Eddie for putting it all together with the matchmaker Daniel McGarvey, and we want to thank Daniel as well. So we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Myself and Mr. Mike Orr at 4 will be calling the fight. What they want to see, how it is, Jay. Some guys like to have an interview, some don't. Some want you in the room, some don't. So you know what I mean. You never know. It's like a rock concert. You never know what's going to happen. How many people are
Hit or
going to show
miss.
up? You never know, man. It's just so we're hoping for a big crowd. Let's pack the place, guys. Seriously, come out, support it. I'm sure it's going to be a very affordable evening for you compared to other sports, so to speak. And hey, maybe your kids will enjoy it and say, hey, Dad, why don't maybe I'll go to the gym. Why don't we go to the gym and roll? Start having some fun or something. So it's an inspiring thing, right, Jay? You guys are very inspiring. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing what you do, and best of luck to you in all your future endeavors, my friend.
No, thank you. Same as you. Good luck tomorrow. I know you guys are gonna do great. You and Mike, y'all gonna rock it out.
Let's
And
do it.
hopefully we get to I get to go up there one of these days, and we all could have Cinco de Mayo together. You never know.
Absolutely, you're
So,
invited anytime. Come on up, Jay. I got some Quebec poutine for you. If you've never had Quebec poutine, I'm gonna take you for the best poutine you ever had, bro. I'm telling you, you don't get that stuff in Atlanta. Huh? No chance. The curds
no,
are
no,
not the same, and the
definitely
gravy
not,
ain't the
definitely not.
same. You know what I mean? All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for coming out again with Jay and Laron's manager. I forget it. Did you? Yeah, I've tried to get those guys to give me their names. Can did you get their names exactly, guy? Jay?
No, I well
It
he
was
he
hard,
did
right?
mention, yeah, he did mention his name, but the connection wasn't that great.
Wasn't that good? Yeah.
And yeah, so I didn't really get to hear their name once they mentioned their name. But
Yeah.
if they're watching us right now, 1,000 apologies, and
That's okay,
hopefully
no
we get
problem.
you on the show again.
I'll be talking a lot about them tomorrow. We'll know their names by tomorrow, if you know what I mean. We will see you guys
Um,
again tomorrow. And thanks again for coming out. Always appreciate it. Friday night panel here. Mike Orr, Big J from Atlanta, man. That's it, buddy. Just give it to him, like bada boom, bada bing, right? That's it. All right, guys, that's it, Jay. As I always say, Neil the Deal Boxing 101, talkinfight.com. Always get better. Don't get bitter. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good night. Thanks again, Jay. Take care of yourself.
All right.